Auntie, so hello, it's Maya Grace in case you don't know, and today we're going to be diving right back into my favorite thing to do on this channel, Keep Sewing On, the series where I go trolling through the internet to find really cool sewists and put them in front of your eyeballs. Except that's not how we're doing things anymore. I have a Google form now so that you can show me all of the cool people that you appreciate seeing, and then I can see them and appreciate them, and we can all appreciate them together as a collective. I might not look at every single person in video form, but I probably will, in all honesty, because I want to do one of these videos at least once a month going forward. So the first person we're going to be talking about was actually the first person to be nominated through Google form, and they are Ilona Millinery. I think that's pronounced Iana, but I don't speak French. And the person who nominated her had this to say: she makes stylish hats, and her channel is a great combination of tutorials and millinery style commentary. Oh, they have a website. Yes, I will accept your cookies, Iana. Ooh, okay. Let's look at their ready-to-wear hats because I'm genuinely very curious about these. Ooh. So there's this like super yellow one. I don't know what it's made out of. This is a basket hat, is apparently the style. It has a bias hem. I know almost nothing about hats, so I am having such a fun time right now. I love the color, and there's just something about it that looks so happy, probably because it's yellow. And the big bow at the top, it's definitely giving me like smile vibes. But this one is what caught my eye and made me want to look in the ready-to-wear section, because like it looks like candy. This hat literally looks like I could eat it. I kind of want to eat it. This is a snack. Oh my gosh! The feathered ones I was not prepared for. There's an X-Men one. Okay, it's probably not supposed to be X-Men themed, but it looks like it's supposed to be X-Men themed, and I freaking love it. Can you imagine the X-Men First Class movie if they had put like just one character in this hat? Just one. That's all I needed. Oh, missed opportunity. I didn't know that I needed this in my life. The costumers of the movie didn't know they needed this in their life because this hat didn't exist yet. Oh, that's really cool. I'm geeking out. I just imagine like one of the professors, like maybe Mystique or something, like being all professional and like being her Jennifer Lawrence self instead of her blue Mystique self, and having this hat on as like a cute little nod to like, haha, I'm incognito, but I'm totally an X-Men, but you totally don't know. That'd be so cute. Okay. All of that aside, these hats are gorgeous. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I have only made a small handful of hats, and the small handful of hats that I have made have been like emergency kind of hats, where there was a production happening and the director was like, we need hats and you're in charge, so that's your problem. I've really been wanting to look into it a little bit more. Oh, these are so pretty. These little like headbands with the crushed velvet and the flowers. This one right here in purple with the cute little flowers is just sending me. It's so pretty. I could almost see a hat like this working for classic Lolita, actually. I could see this looking really cute with like a lavender cord. Oh, she has them organized by color. That is clever. She also has a YouTube channel where she shares the making of her hats and things like that. I have not checked it out yet. I kind of wanted to blind react to these things, so I'm not going to watch a whole YouTube video in a YouTube video because that feels logistically complicated. Ilona Millinery, please keep sewing on because you are doing the Lord's work. This is so cool. But whenever I talk about millinery, I can't not mention
Rachel Pollack.
This person is amazing. She has a YouTube channel where she does a lot of great educational content. She works currently as a professor of costuming arts and does a great job teaching about like dyeing practices. I have learned a ton from her about that. My Capesmith series would not have been possible without me snooping on her. She also talks a lot about your rights within the industry and how to advocate for yourself, which is extremely important right now with all of the strikes going on, so feel free to check her out. She's lovely. Everyone will of course be linked in the description box below because that's how we roll here. Who is next in my little sheet? Oh, I remember now. This is Fantastical Follies. I actually found this person on my own like a week before someone recommended them, and I'm so happy that someone recommended them to talk about because it gave me like the perfect excuse. Although the secret is I was actually going to feature them anyway because their stuff is really cool. And I literally didn't know that they existed until like 2 weeks ago. So, hi, I'm Maya. Nice to meet you. Your stuff is awesome. Let's be friends. The anonymous person who suggested them to speak about on this series, and I swear it wasn't me. I know someone in the comments is gonna think that I put it in my own form, but I didn't. The person who nominated them said, they always come up with really unique and fun ideas, and their videos are really fun. So let's click the little linky-loo and see where it takes me. It's taking me to their YouTube, because that's what I linked. Oh no! So this is what I know them for. This cute little Beetlejuice bustier thing that they did, and they have this cute little video that they recorded dancing in it, and they're just having such a fun time, and I love it. I love to see it. It's nice to see another curly girl out here doing costuming. That's a vibe. Also, the thing that made me just like fall in love with this artist fully, like head over heels, tumble down a hill, falling in love with every bump, was the Taco Bell costume. This is phenomenal. I literally like almost cried when I saw it because I loved it so much. Like, okay. Let me just break this down for you, okay? You look at this gown at first and you're like, haha, yes, the pun, it's Taco Bell. That's so funny. But then you look a little closer. Not only are there little tacos, there's also lettuce and sauce along the bottom of the skirt, making it look like the whole dress and its little petticoat layers are themselves taco. She herself is the Taco Bell, you know? It's, ooh, I love it. I love it so much. And like the little boutonnieres that she put on there with those little white like ribbons that make it look like a dollop of sour cream. Oh, beautiful. There's never been anything better. That is the best. Also, like, they just have a lot of really fun, casual photos. And I always love whenever I find an account and I can tell that it's like a real person behind the photos, you know? Like, yeah, they're having fun. There are filters here. But whenever you look at each picture, it's not like, it doesn't look like a product. It looks like a person. You know what I mean? Wait, is that a guillotine? I'm sorry, I'm just like noticing for the first time that this is like literally, she's Marie Antoinette and she has a tiny, it's an 18th century Queen of Hearts cosplay, guys. That is such a good idea though. Like how have I not thought to do that? That's so cute. She's dressed like freaking Marie Antoinette and she has a guillotine in her hair. And it is a Queen of Hearts cosplay. You can yell like off at their heads and do like a little, and then a little, that was delicious. Why did I say it like that? That made my day. So, Jackie, I hope that you keep sewing on. We just became best friends, and it's really cool that you held a sew along. I wish I could have participated, but I was really busy with like 7 other things. There's so many things to sew in so little time, and that's part of why I love doing these videos, because then I get to feel engaged with projects without actually having to do them. It's great. Honorable mention has to go to someone who calls themselves MJL Sews because I discovered them by accident. We both posted on the same day. So I saw them on the Costume Entertainment Network calendar and I was like, oh, I don't know them. And I actually watched one of her videos. I watched this one beginning to end. I was enraptured. Because she wound up making a dress. She didn't love it. She recut it. She redid it. Super dedicated to getting something that she liked out of it. And that was like kind of soul healing to watch. Like instead of just shoving it into a bin of shame, she was like, no, let's make this something that I will actually wear, that I will actually love. No one gets to decide where the chapter ends but me, and I've decided it's not over yet, and I love to see that. Also, her cat is super cute. And she's like under 1,000 subscribers somehow. There's just so many cool people out there. It's impossible to find them all. And it's very, very like sad. I keep seeing this TikTok go around where it's like, the place where I feel the worst about myself is in the venue, bathroom, all these stickers for bands I don't know in the venue, bathroom. And that's honestly how I'm starting to feel on the internet because there's just so many cool people and I don't know most of them. And like, I'm used to the sewing world being this tiny little pool and there's just a million people, which is great. I love to see it, but it's very overwhelming. Thankfully, I'm a strong swimmer, and I enjoy the feeling of drowning. No, all right, the last one that we're going to talk about. During my year from Hot Hecky Decky, I was having a really bad day. I took my lunch break at work, and I opened my email, and I had an email from someone who had done one of my sewing patterns. It was a cape specifically. And they had just the sweetest words to say to me. And it was so sweet to see that like my pattern had done what it was supposed to do, and someone had used it and enjoyed it, and it just made my heart so happy. And so I'm gonna share it with you today. This is the cape, and the person who sewed it had this to say. I'm gonna quote word for word. "Thank you for publishing the nymph cape pattern. I made my kid a cape for D&D club last year, which was perfect for adventure. This Halloween morning, she is very excited to be one of the kids wearing something ridiculous to school," in quote marks. "Your pattern is bringing laughter, joy, and warmth. It is only 32 degrees here in Massachusetts, so thank you. Sew on, little blue heart, Alyssa." This cape looks perfect and roguish and whimsical, and I love the color. I love the way it falls on them. I'm so happy that they like the cape, and I'm happy for the mama who sewed it, that they had a good time sewing it. It's always so comforting whenever I get feedback on a pattern that I release, because a lot of people don't let me know like how it went, and I'm always really nervous whenever I don't hear anything. I hear no news is good news. But very comforting to physically see that someone sewed something with it and had a good time. Also, my Ditty bag pattern has been popping off, and a lot of people have been using it and commenting and let me know that they liked it. So thank you to everyone who's enjoyed it. Apparently a couple of people have used it for home economics classes, like in public schools, and then they take the Ditty bags that they make and they put them in the theater. So it's doing exactly what I hoped it would do, and that is just such a happy thought and makes me feel so accomplished. It just, that was what I wanted to give to the world, and the world is not asking for a gift receipt, so I'm very happy about that. So like I said at the beginning of the video, the link to the Google form where you can show me some of your favorite people, or you can even brag on yourself, is gonna be right down there. I cannot wait to see what y'all dangle in front of me. Aside from that, if you liked the video, be sure to give it a like so more awesome people like you can see it. And if you want to support what I do, I have a Ko-fi linked down below, and that is where I have my free sewing patterns for you, and where you can give me a Ko-fi so I can make more free sewing patterns for you. That's all I got, guys. Bye, friends! Didn't even touch my tea that whole time. I just sat here like a pleb. This is not the time to smash pumpkins! I haven't filmed one of these in a little while, and I forgot how silly I get when I'm alone with a microphone. Yeah. These wispies seemed like such a good idea, and now they're in my lipstick. That y'all can fill out to show me all of the cool people that you're gushing over, so that I can gush over them and we can all gush together. I don't like how that sounded. As a professor, should I be screen recording? Maybe. I'm supposed to speak into it. Oh, you guys are lopsided.